Hello everyone, and welcome to this new series and this new project on my channel of teaching Luxembourgish to expats in Luxembourg. And this is going to be the study of Asterix in Luxembourgish language. So this is one of the very few Asterix comic books that has been translated into Luxembourgish. Is Asterix as a Gladiator. And this book is very old. It was printed in 1991. All right, so I used to read this book when I was young, and I decided that I was going to try and see if I can use this book as a teaching material for Luxembourgish language learners. So let us look at how this is going to work. First of all, why would we do something like that? Well, very simply, we want to study words in a wider context. So this particular comic book has kind of like one of its humoristic aspects is that it uses very typical Luxembourgish language. Stuff that you will not find in the newspaper, for example. It's very colloquial, which makes it very practical for learners. So you have a lot of common words, you have a lot of common expressions in Luxembourgish, and you have real life sentences in real life scenarios. So, and then the fact that it is in the context of the story, that enables you to absorb these meanings better, and also it enables your brain to put them in the right context. However, this is not something easy because the book is quite difficult in some aspects. Sometimes they're very complicated sentences, and sometimes the exaggeration of the colloquial or kind of uneducated aspect of these galleons that are fighting the Romans, it makes the language kind of distorted and unnecessarily complicated. So I will indicate whenever you can just leave out something. I'm just explaining it to you so you know the context, you know the story. However, don't waste your time with these particular sentences. And other sentences, I will insist on the fact that you have to make an effort and practice them. So, furthermore, there are certain words that have become obsolete. They were already rare back in the days, and I believe they're completely obsolete today. But that really doesn't matter. You don't need to learn every single word in there, nor every single sentence. The point is to give you a story and a context and explanations that will enable you to pick up things as you go along. And you will see that this will help you in your daily life when you interact with Luxembourgish people, be it at work, be it in shops, be it, in social circles. Your brain will slowly start picking up words here and there. And what just used to sound like buzz, like buzzing bees before, all of a sudden you start distinguishing words. You might not know the meaning of the word. However, you know that this thing here is a word. It's not this whole thing here is just some bizarre sound. No, this sound, all of a sudden your brain is able to split it up. And then you can ask, you said this, what does that mean? Okay, so now slowly you start picking up. So the way this is going to work is as follows. There are going to be a total of 4 playlists. However, you're only going to need 3. So we're going to have Asterix als Gladiateur, English explanations. That's the first playlist. That is the one you have to start with. So you go to video number 1 on this playlist and you listen to it. I will go through the material and explain to you as we go along. And there is the equivalent in French. I will have a completely different video explaining the whole thing in French. And then once you have done that once or twice, you move over to the listen and repeat. So the same sentences that we have studied in the explanations, now you have a listen and repeat audio that you can listen to while you're commuting, be it in your car, be it on the bus. when you have some time, a break at work, etc. And it's very important for you to repeat what you hear, because the fact that you repeat it, it has an unbelievable effect at putting this piece of knowledge deeper into your mind and storing it. And then there's going to be a third playlist that is not ready yet, which is going to be the story read out. So what I'm going to do is that I will have the story, the images, and I will read it out, and you can follow the text in Luxembourgish, and there will be subtitles in English and in French below. Okay? So now, technically, how should you go about with this? I would suggest that you do the video number one from the explanations playlist. You do that video for 2 days. So let's say your program starts on Monday. So Monday, Tuesday, you're going to do the same video from the explanation list. And then for the next 3 days, you're going to do the listen and repeat. And then after that, you do the story reading kind of on a regular basis. Because believe me, there is barely anything more important than repetition when it comes to learning. If you do every video a single time, the benefit will be extremely low. The simple fact that you do it twice or 3 times, the benefits are just exponential. So that is it from my side. I hope this is clear. I would be very happy for people to comment on my videos, what works for them, what doesn't work for them, things that are to change. I have prepared 4 videos in every playlist so far, so that will be for the coming 4 weeks. It's extremely time consuming to do this, so I'm not sure how well I'll manage to keep up. However, I shall do my best, right? So I hope this will be of benefit for you. Do drop me a like, leave some comments, and share with whoever you believe can benefit from this. If you know expats in Luxembourg that are English speaking or French speaking, because the whole thing is going to be available in French as well, please share with them, and I shall see you in those videos. Have a nice day.